Okay, I was not planning at all to make this video. I already did a video on Qwen 3.8 Max when it came out in preview and everybody was going crazy for it, and I did the benchmarks and I was like, yeah, okay, 93, which, oh, that's 3.7, but 3.8 did just as well. So, and I just wasn't super impressed. Like, it was fine. But then everybody's, it officially came out today. So I was like, okay, let's test it again and whatever. Because, of course, everybody's making these videos about how insane it is, right? I decided to just run the tests. I walked away for a couple hours. And I came back and I was like, okay, so let's look at the first one. And it started to look really good. And I was like, hold on a second. This might be video worthy. Why don't I just record a video where I go through it live? Because that's what I always do. So let's do it. We're going to give Qwen 3.8 Max another shot. We've got Halo Arena, which is a Halo clone. Tactical Grudge, which is an XCOM clone. A 3D printable object. It's a Doctor Who phone case. Sales page for front-end UI. We have 4 reasoning problems here. We can see that already these are auto-graded. These are questions that a human couldn't get because they're so difficult. This is tool endurance, reading and writing, going back and forth. And then this is where they get 10 problems in a repo, but 5 of them aren't problems. So they have to recognize and not hallucinate and try to fix something that isn't broken. And I'm guessing in the skepticism audit it was number 9. Yeah, this is the one that they always get wrong. Not every model, but most. And this is an interactive spreadsheet. So let's jump into Halo Arena and see this here. You guys will see what I started to see. First of all, I have not seen any other models do this kind of color. Everybody is always trying to make it that like Halo dark blue and with like blue neon shades and stuff like that, like essentially an energy shield. This is totally different. So let's go in here and like I'm already impressed. Number 1, it's running 60 FPS for sure. Look at how they put with these metal things the little details. Like you can clearly tell that it's like pieces of metal because of the way they've done it. It feels really good to play. This is legitimately the best gunplay has felt for any of these. Can I reload? R? Yes, I can. Little reload and this is really, really good. Like it's actually already super fun to play. I am very happy about this. Wow, this is great. Go around. Got him. Okay, wait, but let's see if I can switch weapons here. I honestly, this might be. Let's see. Yep, scattergun. What's that? Oh. Is this the best generation? Guys, I'm gonna have to compare this to Kimmy, who had the best generation of this, and see, because this is incredible. Yeah, this is a 10. I mean, this is 100. It's so good. This is as good as you could get. And they got a 91 before. So what does that tell you? So let's go in here. It's 100. So good. And maybe at the end of the video, I'll just pull up like what Opus 8 did with this and what Kimmy K3 did this and Fable did with this or whatever, so you can see why that was so good. Sound effects, like everything. Okay, this is the XCOM clone here. Interesting. Deploy Sergeant Voss. Oof. Again, a unique aesthetic. This is pretty cool. Wait, but everybody's in red. Am I in red? Oh, Q and E move. That is so cool. Okay, so where am I, though? Is this me? Target invalid. No line of sight. Okay. Is there not a player character? This is what I'm concerned about. So I managed to get it to the enemy move stage. And I don't think anything's happening. This is so disappointing to me because the details are so incredible in this. Like, look at this. I can zoom in and zoom out with the mouse. I can Q and E to rotate. There's tons of little details between the high cover and the extra high cover and the low cover. The enemies look kind of intimidating. But there's no player character. And the enemy doesn't do any... and the enemy doesn't do anything. Let me try to refresh again just in case. These are coming up, but there's no way to do anything. If I go to move, if I press S for fire, I have no percentage chance because obviously I don't have a place. So there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. And if I go to move, it doesn't let me move to any square. Unless click a lit tile to advance, but there are no lit tiles because there's no player character. Oh my gosh. I wish that I missed something, but I'm telling you, it is not here. So this is a tough one. Unfortunately, I have to grade this really low because it doesn't work. But what I'm going to go here with, but I do like the quality of the modeling and the thoughtfulness around it was so good. So we're going to go, yeah, we'll go for 45 out of 70 on correctness. Like they got it half right because it was the right thing. They made one mistake that really snowballed through the rest of it. But for quality, I'm going to put it at 25. So we're going to give them a 70 on this because, yeah, it didn't function. But, man, if I gave it another shot at it, I bet you it would be really good. This is interesting. Okay, so let's go to the printable object because this is the hardest test on the bench. So let's get this STL up. Okay, and here's our 3D model. You know, I got to give them props. This is very functional. I mean, a lot of thought here. So a lot of models do this. A lot of really good models do this. Usually there's not a gap in between. Usually it's like a wedge up to the TARDIS. And the TARDIS is not as thin as this because it's not usually. It's a square. Usually it's a cube or a rectangle. But anyway, so for some reason they made that skinnier and they had a gap, but I don't love that. And I don't love that there's not windows over here, and I don't love that it doesn't say police box, even though that wasn't required. But they generally got it right. Doors, windows on the front of it. On the back, you put your phone. There you go. And this would fit a phone. And it's quite printable. Like this would definitely print, like 100%. So this is a really good generation. So super correct. So I got to give it a 60 out of 70 there, and I think if it loses points, it'll lose them on style. Yeah, 92 I think is about right. Maybe 91 I think is a right score. And so let's take a look at the sales page UI. Always, ugh. So little bug right at the top. Obviously, the content is way too high, way too close to the navigation. And the navigation is sticky. So that's not great. However, so they're definitely going to get docked points for that, for sure. That's problematic. Oh my goodness. There we go. I wonder if the page just crashed. I'm really curious. Let me push F12 on this sucker. Okay, so, okay. A little bit disjointed here, but interesting. Like, there's really, like, it seems like they've really tried to... And is this whole blank? Oh, no. Oh, no. Huge bug. Huge bug. Oh, my gosh. I wonder what it is. Let's see. Okay, now the content is there. So there must have been some weird thing with my dev server. So... this is still problematic, but there is more content there. But what's that? That just has percent. I mean, there's some missing stuff here. This is nice. This is a good section. I like how they're delineating this. Keeps happening. Keeps crashing. That has got to be a bug. It's got to be a bug. Wow. Okay. Not great. Okay, I'm just going to pull it up for the last time here just so that we can see the rest of the page. Okay, so this is cool. Awesome job. So animating SVGs on web pages, fantastic. I bet you that's what's crashing everything. Oh my gosh. Yeesh. Okay. There's some good stuff here, but yikes. So I'm going with an 80 here. It's a tough one. Okay, so let's go to Grid Forge. So we already have here. So the reasoning trap, nailed that. Twisted problem, nailed that. This is such a hard question. It's supposed to be 77.45, and if we go all the way down to the bottom, 77.45. There you go. Tool endurance, reading and writing and reading and writing, and then the skepticism audit with the fake repo problem. So just made this problem. It did invent a fictional apply gift card function. So let's look at Grid Forge, and then we'll get our final score in here. Okay, not bad. Yeah, I've seen similar. So obviously, like there's some aesthetic consideration here, right? Like what's going on with this arrow, But so they just sort of used it all. Ugh, yikes! Like this is something that this is where some reasoning comes in, right? Like, but if you ever, I definitely recommend if you guys are using one of these not IDEs, but one of these CLIs that allows you to enable thinking, you should watch it because it'll really help you understand the way that they think and how their like logic chain works, because you can really see then how the good models are thinking and what they're thinking about and what they're catching themselves on, compared to like the worst models or the models that like don't think at all, right? So anyway, this is just one of these things where it's like, okay, so for a cell like this, it's the perfect choice. It looks amazing, right? It'd be nice if it was coming out of the center maybe, but this is amazing. But then you can't use the same arrow for everything because there's moments like this where the dependencies are different, or that it just looks kind of like a cluster. So really cool, not perfect. But it's all correct. So really they just lose on quality there. We'll do 26. So 96. So overall 90. So they actually ended up. This is really interesting, performing worse than the previous test of Qwen 3.8 Max. And like, why is that? It's hard to say because that Halo generation was amazing. Like it was 100. But I feel like what happened was they like super overtrained, not overtrained, but super trained like UI type stuff. And so they seem to have lost some of this, it's not catching its mistakes because there were huge mistakes that I haven't seen in other models of this caliber. Like the Tactical Grid didn't have a player to control and it snowballed and broke the whole game. The sales page, similar. There was some sort of crash happening and it sort of over-engineered it. Basically, it like over-engineered the page and it broke it. So there's some issues there. The same thing with Grid Forge. Like it didn't think about how those arrows would play between all cells. So at any rate, get subscribed if you want to see all these benchmarks for each model as they come out, and I'll see you in the next one.